In this video we will talk about the universal terminal goal, and why it's important to identify. We will start from definitions of each word in the phrase and take their implications into account. Goal is the noun, while terminal and universal are the adjectives that describe the noun. Goal means preferred state or condition in the future. If it's not preferred, it can't be a goal. If it's already happened in the past, it can't be a goal either. Although it's possible that the goal is to make future condition similar to preferred condition in the past as reference. The preference requires the existence of at least one conscious entity. Preference can't exist in a universe without consciousness, so can't a goal. The word terminal requires that the goal is seen from the perspective of conscious entities that exist in the furthest conceivable future. If the future point of reference is too close to the present, it would expire soon, and the goal won't be usable anymore. The word universal requires that no other constraint should be added to the goal determined by aforementioned words. The only valid constraints have already been set by the words goal and terminal. Goals other than the universal terminal goal would be either non-universal or non-terminal. Non-universal goals are be local or particular. Non-terminal goals are instrumental or temporary. Here is the truth table for universal terminal goal. 1 in the left column means that there is something called a goal, while 0 means denial of it. The middle column classifies the goals in time domain. 1 means there are terminal goals, while 0 means all goals are temporary, instrumental. The right column classifies the goals in spatial domain. 1 means there are universal goals, while 0 means all goals are partial. X in the bottom row means that their values are meaningless, since the existence of goals have already been denied. Those who take the position of the first row think that there exists a universal terminal goal. Those who take the position of the second row think that there exist some terminal goals, but they vary between different parts of the universe. Those who take the position of the third row think that there exists a universal goal, but they change with time. Those who take the position of the fourth row think that there exist some goals, but none of them are terminal nor universal. Those who take the position of the fifth row think that goals simply don't exist. I don't think there is a sane and honest person who takes the fifth position. It can be refuted by simply showing a goal, even if it's not terminal nor universal. The only possibility for this position is if the universe is devoid of conscious being. If a conscious being takes this position, it denies its own consciousness, which is absurd. Fourth position maintains that every goal is temporary, instrumental and local, subjective. It can be dismissed by showing that there exists a terminal goal or a universal goal. Third position accepts that there is a universal goal, but rejects the existence of a terminal goal. It follows that the universal goal, if ever be identified, is just instrumental. It would be absurd to say that a goal is just instrumental without identifying its terminal goal. Second position accepts that there are terminal goals, but rejects the existence of a universal goal. It says that many objects have their own terminal goals, but none of them is universal. Even with given infinite amount of time, no conscious being can have adequate objectiveness to identify a universal goal. Problem arise when there are more than one conscious beings have their terminal goals in conflict with each other. How to resolve the order of priority among them. After we get to the first position, which says that there exists a universal terminal goal, the next step is to identify what it is, and what it is not. We can start by examining the definition of those words. The word goal in this context means a preferred state in the future, when it is being set. If it's not a preferred state, it's not a goal. If the state is not in the future, it's not a goal either. So, only conscious being can have a goal, because non-conscious beings can't have preference. Only conscious beings have the capability to build a mental model of future states. Non-conscious objects can't have a goal by themselves. Only conscious beings can assign goals to them. The words universal and terminal put additional constraints to the goal that we are looking for. Universal means that the goal must be compatible with any entity which can have a goal. It should not be limited by arbitrary constraints, including the identity of the conscious being, such as race, gender, age, nationality, species, life form. The word terminal means that the goal must be intended to be achieved at later time than its alternatives, which are instrumental goals. So the universal terminal goal should be viewed from the perspective of the last conscious being. There are conflict of interest between people from different countries. Also from the same country. Or the same organization. Even among siblings. Even twins. Even among cells in the same human individual. But that doesn't mean that they can't have common goals. The only similarity applicable to every conscious being, regardless of their shape, form, size, and ingredients, is that they want to extend the existence of consciousness further into the future. This goal is even applicable for conscious entities who exist in the past, present, and future, without exception. Actively having a goal which is in direct opposite to this universal terminal goal would result to the extinction of conscious entities having that goal. Having a goal which is independent or unrelated or perpendicular to this universal terminal goal would cause additional burden and result to the higher risk of extinction of conscious entities having that goal. Having a goal which is partially aligned to this universal terminal goal would cause less additional burden and result to lower risk of extinction of conscious entities having that goal. Making this universal terminal goal as the goal of a conscious entity would remove unnecessary burden beyond what's required by nature and result to highest probability of survival to the furthest future.